Okay. So first of all, I would like to welcome you all with the Islamic greetings. May the blessing and mercy of Almighty Allah be all upon you. So here we are going to start the new chapter of your 9th physics course, which is dynamics. So before discussing what is dynamic, first of all I would like to recapitulate what we have already learned in unit 1 and in unit 2. So your unit 1 is about physical quantities and measurement, and unit 2 we have discussed about what is kinematics. So physical quantities and measurement में हम लोगों ने physical quantities को define किया है कि all the measurable quantities are called physical quantities, or those quantities which describes the laws of physics are called physical quantities. And we have already discussed the branches of physics, and we have already discussed the two different types of physical quantities, which are fundamental and derived physical quantities. Okay, so here the topics to discuss are what is mechanics, what is kinematics, and what is dynamics. So mechanics को हम define करते हैं the branch of physics in which we are studying about the motion of objects. For example, the motion of a flying jet and the motion of a moving car. We have divided mechanics into two types. The first one is kinematics and the second one is dynamics. अच्छा, इसके अलावा हम इस लेक्चर में पढ़ेंगे what is force and inertia and momentum. So let's begin. Okay, kinematics. Kinematics को हम कैसे define करते हैं? Kinematics, the branch of mechanics in which we are studying about the motion of objects without discussing the cause of motion. Kinematics में हम just motion के बारे में discuss करते हैं, लेकिन cause of motion को हम discuss नहीं करते हैं. And we have further divided motion into different types. So types of motion are translatory motion. We can define translatory motion as the motion of an object in a line without rotation is called translatory motion. The line may be a curved path, it may be a circular path, it may be an irregular path. So the second one is vibratory motion. Vibratory motion, we can define vibratory motion as to and fro motion or back and forth motion of a body is called vibratory motion. So the motion of a simple pendulum and the motion of a mass attached to a spring are the examples of vibratory motion. And the third one is rotatory motion. We can define rotatory motion as the motion of a body in a circular path around a fixed axis is called rotatory motion. For example, the motion of a fan, the motion of a wheel, or the example of rotatory motion. Acha, we have further divided translatory motion into three types. So the first one is linear motion. What is linear motion? If a body is moving in a straight line, then the motion of the body is known as linear motion. For example, a car is moving in a straight line, then the motion of the car is said to be linear. And the second one is circular motion. If a body is moving in a circular path, then the motion of the body is said to be circular motion. And the third one is random motion. Irregular motion of a body is called random motion. For example, the motion of insects, the motion of bees are the example of random motion. Okay. Now, what is dynamics? Dynamics को हम define करते हैं the branch of mechanics in which we are studying about the motion of objects and its cause as well. ठीक है, यहाँ पे जिस तरह kinematics में मैंने आप लोगों को बताया, kinematics में हम just motion के बारे में study करते हैं. We are not discussing the cause of motion, but in dynamics we are discussing the cause of motion as well. अभी आप लोग सोच रहे होंगे what is the cause of motion? Cause of motion क्या है? So take a pause and give the answer to this question. Okay, so the cause of motion is the force. Force is the actual cause of motion. Kinematics में हम just मोशन के बारे में स्टडी करते हैं, हमने मोशन के टाइप्स को डिस्कस किया है, लेकिन हम कॉज ऑफ मोशन को वहां पे डिस्कस नहीं करते हैं. एंड डायनामिक्स, it is a branch of mechanics in which we are studying about the motion of objects and the cause of motion as well. So cause of motion force. Okay, now what is force? Force को हम कैसे define कर सकते हैं? Force is a cause of motion. How can we define force? Okay, force is a push or pull which produce motion in a body or which stop a moving body. फोर्स जो है ये किसी स्टैटिक बॉडी पे अगर हम अप्लाई करें देन इट प्रोड्यूस मोशन इन द स्टैटिक बॉडी और विच स्टॉप अ मूविंग बॉडी. सो इट इज एन एजेंट which can produce motion in a body and which can stop a moving body. Force is a vector quantity. You have already learned about vector and scalar quantities. We can define vector quantity, those physical quantities which are completely known by or which are completely specified by their magnitude, proper unit, proper direction, and also obey the laws of vector algebra are known as vector quantities. क्योंकि कुछ क्वांटिटीज आपके पास ऐसे होते हैं जो बज़ाहिर आपको वेक्टर नजर आते हैं लेकिन दे आर स्केलर क्वांटिटीज लाइक करंट, बिकॉज करंट डजंट ओबे द लॉज ऑफ वेक्टर अलजेब्रा, दैट्स व्हाई इट इज अ स्केलर क्वांटिटी. ओके, सो फॉर एग्जांपल अगर फोर्स हम देखते हैं कि फोर्स जो है किसी बॉडी में मोशन प्रोड्यूस करता है या किसी मूविंग बॉडी को स्टॉप करता है. ठीक है, ओके, here in this example you can see that in this figure a boy is pushing the wall, he is applying force on the wall and he thus trying to move it. So could he move the wall? This is the question, and you will get the answer of this question at the end of this lecture. And the second example, you can see that a player is applying force on a moving ball and he is changing the direction of the ball. So as I have told you, by applying force you can stop a moving body and you can produce motion in a static body. So he is applying a force on a moving ball and he is changing the direction of the ball. Similarly, you can see that a goalkeeper is stopping the ball by applying force. So he needs force to stop the ball coming to him. So by applying force you can produce motion in a static body and you can stop a moving body. Okay, so force के बारे में हम लोगों ने पढ़ा है. The second another term is which is inertia. So कुछ ऑब्जेक्ट्स आपके पास ऐसे होते हैं जो कि बहुत हेवी होते हैं और कुछ ऑब्जेक्ट्स जो है बहुत लाइटर होते हैं. So it's very difficult to move a heavier objects and it's easy to move the lighter one. So Galileo, he was a Muslim scientist. He observed that it's easy to move or to stop light objects than the heavier ones. Here heavier objects are difficult to move and if moving then difficult to stop. And another scientist, Newton, concluded that every body resists to change in its state of rest or uniform motion in a straight line, and he called this property of the matter is inertia. So how can we define inertia? Inertia can be defined as inertia of a body is its property due to which it resists any change in its state of rest or in state of motion. For example, you can see that in this animation a boy is driving a car. After hitting a barrier, the boy flies off the car because of the difference in the inertia of the body and the car. The car is heavy, so the inertia of the car is greater, and the mass of the body is small as compared to the mass of the car, so the inertia of the boy is also small. A similar example you can see here. A light car and a heavy truck moving in the same direction. Because of the lighter mass of the car, the inertia of the car is also small, so it cannot resist the motion of a heavy truck. So inertia is actually depend on the mass of the object. A similar example is shown here. You can see that a boy is riding a bike. The mass of the bike is greater than the mass of the boy, so the inertia of the bike is also greater than the inertia of the boy. So inertia depends on the mass of the objects. Okay, now momentum. What is momentum? You know that a bullet has a very small mass because and the inertia of the bullet is also small because the mass of the bullet is small. But it's a question that why does its impact is so strong when it's fired from the gun. On the other hand, we have already seen that the impact of a loaded truck on a body coming to its way is very large. Even the truck is moving very slowly. You can see here is greater than the mass of the car, so the impact of the truck is greater. Okay, so to explain this situation, we can define a new physical quantity called momentum. So what is momentum? Momentum को हम कैसे define करते हैं? Momentum of a body is the quantity of motion it possesses due to its mass and velocity. So we can define momentum as the product of mass and velocity. The momentum, which is represented by P of a body, is given by the product of mass, which is represented by M, and velocity, which is represented by V. So the mathematical equation for momentum is given as P is equal to mv, in which P represent momentum, M represent the mass of the object, and V represent the velocity of the object. So momentum, it's a vector quantity, and the SI units of momentum is kg meter per second. Kg is the unit of mass and meter per second is the unit of velocity. Okay, so here is an example. You can see that in the first line, the car is initially in state of rest. The mass of the car is given to you, which is 15 kg, but the velocity of the car is 0. So the momentum of the car is also 0. Because the car doesn't change its position, it is in state of rest, so it's not covering any distance or displacement, so the momentum of the car is 0. And second line, you can see that the velocity is given to you, which is 10 meter per second, and the mass of the car is 15 kg. So by putting the value of mass and velocity in the above equation, you can easily find the value of momentum. And the third line, you can see that the velocity of the car is 20 meter per second. So the car is moving fastly as compared to the second one. So by just plugging the value of velocity and the mass in the above equation, you can easily find the value of momentum. So from this equation, you can easily see that the momentum, it doesn't depend on the mass only, it doesn't depend on the velocity, it depends on the mass as well as the velocity of the object. Okay, so momentum of a body is not only depends on the mass, it also depends on the velocity. So this means that greater the velocity, greater will be the momentum. So in this animation, you can easily see that a tiny bullet at a high speed has a lot of momentum. So momentum, it is a vector quantity, it depends on the mass of the object and it depends on the velocity as well. So this is all about for today's lecture. Thank you so much for watching. Stay home, stay safe, and stay educated.